Test 1, 2. About 30 seconds. Today is Wednesday. And it happens to be 8/13/14. Okay, so let's grab the stream. I think I have a loop going here. Yep. Sorry about that. Alrighty, let's send this. And I have an excellent stream. Let's start to do stuff here. 14-bit raw, 1 by 1, blah, 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 5 seconds. And I have to be guiding, Jeff. Okay, let's go back to the caps of sharp. All right, so let's see what our FWHM number is. Let's make this 7.5. We are guiding, enhancements none, sigma clipping 5, and we're at 18 bits already. It does look better. I like this. Much better. So we'll just let the stack build up a little bit. It is a little darker here. We'll let this one go for a minute. Is the offset at? It's not bad. That's frames were stacked. Whoa. Okay. Must have a little smoke running through here. you drifting on me even? Let's stop this. Unstack. I like that. And let's see. Oh, damn it. Didn't want to do that. Eight 14. Let's get rid of this guy. This should be the flat. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Getting closer to focus. Yeah, I kind of like that. So let's start. That looks better. So this is NGC. $65.03, I think. Okay. I think I might need a little more oomph here. not. I'll bet you $5 this is a UV. It is. Son of a gun. How did I miss that? And that's what I made the flat for. Son of a hooey. Whew. And we're at 37 here. Interesting. So that's 4 minutes with a moon. I think I need to be a little more aggressive here. Okay, so I need to figure out something. There's the moon. Can I see it from... Sure. Let's go to the moon. It's real low, man. It just popped out from behind the trees. Okay, so let's stop this. We can come back to this. And let's go to the moon. And we want to be tracking lunar. And let's go. Say okay. Here we go. How you doing, Failed? Is this Ed, I think? If it isn't Ed, I'm a failed astronomer. Going to the moon, Ed. It just popped out from behind the trees, so I want to try some of Sharpcap's tools here. Oh, she's a bit bright, so let me start making some adjustments. Oh, I can't just yet. There we go. And the USB speed is 1. Yeah, I'm on something I've never seen before. I'll show you in a minute here. I currently have 2 scopes going, Ed. The C14 and the Raza. can do it. Here it comes. So this is what you see with the Raza. Or I'm sorry, not the Raza. The C14 at F11. Wrong way, Jeff. Yeah, yesterday was Patch Tuesday, buddy. Now, I have a lot of smoke today, Ed, so I'm not all that worried about the way things are looking. All right, let's see what this looks like. Oops, I don't want that. Might have to go into RGB mode here with this camera. Still 1,000. We'll reset the stack. And we'll reset this. We'll reset this. Do an auto adjust. And let's take a quick peek at the filtering. We'll take 60%. Looks like my focus, I gotta. And let's pause the stack. One more for good luck. It looks probably about the best that I can do here. So we'll go back into the stack. Zoom on a little bit. We'll restart it. Hey, Jack. I haven't looked at the moon in a long time, so it's been in the trees this year. I can't believe how low it is. That's too much. Gamma saturation. Mr. Moon, how are you? As you can see, I still have the remnants of a blue sky. So let's take the blue. Going the wrong way. Now it looks like the stack just moved. A little bit, Jack. This is the 24. I'm on lunar, right? Yep, lunar tracking. Well, it looks like I'm drifting. So, you know what that means. Okay, see, it is drifting. Yeah, that's it. Make sure this is off. It is, okay. Wow. Hotter than hell and humid, and then now you got rain, so it must be like tropical. You can see. Yeah, it's frickin' moving on me. So why is it moving? Okay, let's stop this. Let's move that. And let's neutralize that. Let's go back into the tool. Well, let's try a focus, or I'm sorry, a feature track. Monitor, calibrate, using the mount 4 times. We don't need 4 times. Guiding rates. Let's see what happens here. Well, this is a different rig, Jack, so I can't give you a good answer on that. Failed due to inconsistent. Okay, stop the guide. Mount. Let's try one. And let's just up the get a little more. There. Now there's a little more for it to track on. I've never had much luck with the use image features, but I think that's more for planets than it is for something like lunar, where there's so much. I just never had any luck with that. And you can see that it's doing a better job already. I bet it did. How much did the temperature drop? Excuse me. Okay, so I missed that. Did it not calibrate? Doesn't look like it did. So let's do a little gain. Ah. Wow. That's a lot, 20 degrees. Okay, I'm going to try feature track again. I'm going to go into guiding mode. I am going to turn this on, although it went to guide. You can see that the, we'll have to see what the stacker does, but it's now dark. And this, the moon is so low that it's in so much smoke right now, because I'm looking through so much atmosphere. The moon is so low that it's in so much smoke right now. Oops, sorry about that. I'm looking through so much atmosphere. I gotta be able to shut the audio down a little bit here. It failed again. So, where's my mouse? Let's go back. It says guide. It's guiding. Okay. I don't know what happened. So it puts the feature tracker restore. Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. So in theory, yikes. Oh, I hit the wrong darn thing. Ouch. No, I don't think that's the way the moon is it? Yeah, it is. I love them apples. And it's tracking, so that's cool. So this will help build up the stack a little bit. So maybe I can go 300. And let's take 50. Let's take 55. And see what that does. It's been so low that it's behind trees. It's been behind trees all summer. I've never seen it this low. Although maybe 2 years ago, the planets were very low and they were in the trees too. I actually lost viewing planets because they were so low. Now I think today what I want to do is bring this over to show so this is the Raza. And I am currently on, what am I on? This area right here. I don't know what it is, but I decided that I want to see what it is. There's no name for it. And it looked very interesting in the framing thing for Nina. And you can see there's a lot of dark nebula through here. So if I can get my 180 frames, right now I'm at 84, so I got 100 more to go, it should be pretty good, I would think. Keyword, think. Now this is, I call it the Raza hotspot. I have a full frame sensor on my Raza. And the fall off from the center to the edge is pretty severe with fast optics. So that's why you see so much dark. But don't worry about it. It will look wondrous. Oh, hate when this happens. There we go. I need this. Not much, Jack. It's still showing a little blue, isn't it? I don't know if it is actually moving that much. You know, if you did the moon every day, you would probably see it tilting and doing a little bit of a rotation. But I don't think you're going to see anything during a night, unless there was an occultation. But there should be, yes, I do, the Raza and the 14. I think, oh, what happened? There it is. I think that there is a planet up. I think Jupiter, or I'm sorry, not Jupiter. Yeah, there's Saturn. It's behind a tree right now, and Neptune is following closely behind it. But as you will see, it's behind a big honking tree. So I don't know. It's going to get loud. You're going to start hearing booms from the fair. Okay, let's adjust. And let's crank this all the way up and see what we get here. Stop. Hey, Don. So I'm noticing, let's go to 50%. So what should happen now that I've got my stack set to 300 is that it will look at this, the data coming in, and it will replace a bad frame with a better frame. So it's continually updating this 300 stack, but this isn't bad for me, for being this low, and we're looking through an awful lot of smoke. Yeah, it's about 2 miles as the crow flies. Probably a little hot with the... Oops. It's not a bad looking moon. It's got a lot of color in it. I mean, it's grayscale color, but let's see what we get when we crank the saturation here. Oops. That helped a little. Now, if I had the reducer in, I would get the whole moon. But because we've got like 3/4 of a moon, it's about the best we're going to do today. Yeah, I'm probably not going to see any planets this year because even if we take a peek at the I mean, that's Saturn and that's Neptune and that's the highest they'll get. And that is just above the trees for me. This is my this is my roof in here. So it's not like last year where they were really, really high. Pretty soon the helix ought to be coming up. Maximum, Jack. Oh, the wavelets, yes. I find that I don't do that well with these. Maybe. That might have helped. Let's go 50%. Look at how uneven the edge of the moon is. Probably could do a little better with focus, but again, I'm in the mud. Let's take a peek here. We'll go back to 100%. Come on. You see the thing is moving. Let's stop this. Let's go auto, auto. Let's kill this. Tools, come on. Stop this. Auto. See, they're waving around a little bit. So where do we want to go now, Jack? Let's see. Oops. Almost grand finale time. $157 maybe, huh? Wow, I don't know if that's going to be doable. Footprint Nebula. Oops. I want this. And we'll stop this. We'll kill this. And then we'll go to here. $27. See if it's in the trees. Okay, the fireworks are done. I do not use ND filters. In fact, I'm using a UVI or cut filter at the moment. Not exactly the best filter for that. It looks like I'm doing a flip here. Figures, right? Oh wow, I got a like. Sweet. How you been, Don? Okay, so let's go. Oh, I can't do that yet. Okay. There she be, right smack dab in the center. God, you gotta love plate solving. It makes life so easy. Okay, so let me just do... That looks pretty good. I might have to do... Just a quickie focus here. Yeah, once you use it, Jack, you'll never go back. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, you could still use Sky Tools to find all your stuff. In fact, what I think you might be able to do, and you'll have to try this, is, how's this focus looking? This looks good. So now let's jump into the stacker. Let's start. What you might be able to do is use Sky Tools to pick a target, then slew to the target. Then in Sharp Cap you can do, and I'll show you in a second here. So let's just say you used Sky Tools to slew to this target, and it's a little bit off. In fact, you may not even see it, but because the coordinates were sent, you can then do a plate solve and resync, and it should center the target. I say should. I've never tried that myself. So we'll let this build up a little bit. I want to check my FWHM filter. We'll keep that. Maybe I'll do 25. And we're already at 19 bits. Got a few hot pixels, but not too bad. But while this is stacking, what I can show you is in the Sharp Cap settings. Now I'm recording this on YouTube. So when I stop the stream, it will show up in my live sessions, and you can go back and look. But the plate solver, you want to use the Sharp Cap plate solver, and then you got to enter your focal length. Make sure that Sharp Cap is selected, and then you want to download the index file. And what that'll do, because because you got a 16 inch, you can see higher mag stuff. So you want to get the 0.25 degree, and you've got a narrower field of view. You want to get the 2.5 degree indices. So you download that and then select it. Already starting to see some lobes, and this is in 2 minutes. I think I just got bit. Damn it. So I have to go check on my mom. So I'm going to shut the audio off on my mic, and I'll be right back. I am back, boys and girls. Oops. So the I didn't have a cloud in the sky today, Jack, but I had to help my mom around the house. And then my phone was going off with all these alerts about solar activity. And I don't think I've got good weather coming up for a few days, maybe a week. Well, what we're getting, which is weird, is because of these Canadian fires burning up all of the timber up there, we're getting a ton of pollen. I could hardly breathe today. Let's see. Probably could have gone a little longer. 6 seconds, max gain. That's not bad. That's about 5 minutes of, what was that? Oh, the water. Oh. Because I set all my stuff up in the driveway, this woman with a baby carriage kept going back and forth in front of the house and finally got up enough steam to ask me if she could come over. And I said, sure. And she goes, my husband does this. And I said, wow, should have him come over sometime. He says, your stuff's pretty big. I said, well, it's all relative. Yeah. We still have Don. Did Don, who's ZP or SPZ 56? How are you? You can see in 5 minutes, most of the hot pixels are gone. The only thing I'm using is a flat. Hi, Don. Hi, Steve. I'm kind of I'm surrounded by smoke. So I'm in a little bit of a hole. So if I start looking low, I'm going to be looking into a lot of smoke. So I'm kind of going for stuff near zenith. Yeah, I probably could have gone a little bit further, but this is only 8 minutes, so why? So one thing that your FWHM will always tell you is you're seeing, and in my case, smoke. And you can see that I just had a little bad patch come through. And now we're starting to pick up. In fact, I might just raise this to 50. And that will help the cause a little bit. Thanks, Dan. Another thing that this FWHM will tell you is depending on your exposure, it will show you what your air is like. So when you do deep sky lucky imaging, which this is a form of, I'm at max gain 6 seconds at f11. If I was a little bit shorter, you would see more of like a sine wave. And those are the bubbles of air, or they could be the bubbles of air that you're looking through. And there's good bubbles and bad bubbles. In my case, this is smoke coming through. No. Although Live Skies kind of does the same thing, right? It's just whoever's on. I've never seen a list of names. I'm going to make this 8 just to get more frames into the stack here. So let's go around. We also have a moon up, which isn't helping the cause. But all these faint stars are starting to pop in now. There's a double. Oops. Right there. And it looks like the focus is going to poop again. Thanks, YouTube, Hijack. Live Skies shows a list of the logged into the channel. It does? I've never seen that. Thanks, Steve. I'm not sure of my orientation here. So one of the things, because this was plate solved, I can click on the annotator and it will show me, if I had a wider field of view, it would show me stuff like nearby objects. There'd be a bigger list. And it works pretty good. Next time I log into Live Skies, I'll have to look for that. I've never noticed that. I see, basically, I see the same thing that's happens in YouTube, where as soon as someone chats, their name pops up. We got about 8 minutes here. We're just starting to, I don't want to go too far with it. Let's see some stuff out here. And we got a lot of stars that are going to hit the stack pretty fast here. I'm just amazed. I have so much light pollution. I mean, it's not borderline bad, but I think it's bad. I'm just amazed that I can even do this. I mean, I'm right on, they say I'm Bortle 5. What does Clear Skies say? Yeah, it says I'm Bortle 5. But if you look at a map, I mean, right across the street is Bortle 6. And then if you keep going that way, it is the city of Buffalo. Okay, we're up to 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, at 6 seconds, we have 103 frames. We're up to 22.7 for the bit depth. Okay. That's, but I'm surrounded by car dealers in towns, and they all have a light dome. And my neighbors, who like to turn every frickin' light on in the house, outside light. And we went all LED 2 years ago, so every street light is an LED now. What are you, Bortle 8, Steve? You're not in Vegas, are you? So this has got me a little confused. Let's see what happens if I... Yeah, it looks like I'm starting to get some of this extended nebulosity out here. Oh, Dallas, okay. Yeah, Dallas is... Not only is it Bortle 9, it's hot. Everything in Dallas is big. Big Bortle numbers, big temperature numbers. I was in Houston for a wedding. My cousin got married in Houston, and the hotel he put us up in, a tornado went right through the front, right down the road. My brother's looking out the window and he says, "What do you do when a tornado's coming at you?" And I said, "Get away from the window." We were on the 10th floor. That was an exciting town. That night was the, what do they call that night where they have the dinner? Whatever it is. I'm not a big guy into weddings and stuff. And it knocked power out, and nobody could go anywhere because all the street lights were out. So that was, although I did enjoy the boys' night out. A lot of good clubs in Houston. Yeah. We went in the bathroom. There was a concrete, room, so figured the bathroom would be safe. Alrighty, so we got 12 minutes. We'll go to 15 and go someplace else. I do enjoy the fact that even though I'm pushing the gain, because I'm only at 6 seconds, we get star color. It's not perfect. I mean, that's blue, that's orange, that's blue, that's blue. I just love it. Any suggestions there, Jack? You know what would probably be a good one to try? Maybe. What was that one? That was over in here someplace. What was that called? I think it was the... can't remember. It was looked like a busted ring. White-eyed pea. Seems to me it's around in this area. Come on. I can't remember what it was. It's like a ring nebula, but like the one end is busted up. 6781. Yep, that's it. There it is, the snow globe, right? Yep, let's go there next, because we're close. It should look pretty good tonight. Ugh, except for the damn smoke. Medusa? I don't know about nebulas. This has got a lot of smoke tonight, Steve. That's what all this up and down crap is. It's different layers of smoke running through. So I will save this as a 32-bit stack like so. I'll close this. I need to stop the guiding. Stop, stop, stop. Uh, 6781. NGC 6781. Is that what it's called, the Medusa? I didn't even look. You can tell I'm really into, no, this is the eagle's nest. And it's going around the world here. Wonder, it's the skull? Skull should be up too, right? Well, there's the skull, but it's probably a winter thing, I guess. No? It's just in the weeds. That's right here. So, yeah, that's below the horizon for me. So we'll jump up to 8 and see what this does. And start the guider. So I have sharp caps set up so that it won't start stacking until the guider is gone because I'm dithering. And it was a big move, so let's try. Oops, that scared me. Oh. Well, that made it worse. And one more the other way. I think we're there. Maybe. Yeah. I like that focus. Okay, so let's go into deep sky. And there we go. Wow, I'm gonna have to raise this. 9. So we're looking in a little more smoke here. So the busted part of the whatever this is right there. So you can see that if I go full frame, because I'm really pushing this camera, I have some vertical banding, and I also have a lot of noise, hot pixels, and that's because it's maxed out gain-wise. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this is where the camera's lowest read noise is, at max gain. And the reason why I prefer to shoot this way is that I like the faintest photons coming into the camera. And because they are so faint, and because my exposures are kind of short, I have a better chance of catching those faint photons, and they aren't going to get lost in the read noise. Now, that DS8300, which is Rock's new camera, has an HDR mode, so it makes a 12-bit camera and turns it into a 16-bit camera. And that's how they increase the dynamic range, and they can call it an HDR sensor. But the read noise of that camera in HDR mode is it's very low. It's like 0.7 or 0.8, something like that, which anything under 1, you're doing golden. So I would max that camera out. And I'm also at bin 1 at f11. So you can still see I have some vertical banding, but as the dithers start to come in, now what red means is I have it set so that anything above 9 I'm not taking. But I've got to watch it, because if I get too many stacks, I get too many rejected frames, and for a live presentation, that's not a good thing. I could just raise it way up, but I prefer not to add those into the stack. And then once we start to dither, then these vertical bands go away, the hot pixels go away, and the noise will go away. It's a good color in there today. Yeah, this is the only thing here. Nothing nearby. Coordinates, catalog name, plate solve, index stars. Oh, this is the, okay. I didn't realize that. Interesting. So what we could do is just check and see how SharpCap did with, it didn't do too bad. Now, one thing that you don't know is depending on the plate solver and the data set that it's using, especially this, I find this especially with Nebula, is their center may be different than your center. Yes, definitely better than the other night. So we have 35 frames, almost 5 minutes. When we get up around 10, we'll be doing really good, I think. Did we lose Don? Interesting. See, all these stars right here are just starting to pop in. Look at them all. That's what is so amazing about this technique, is that because the exposures are so short, what this will do is sharpen everything up. Because you're not going to get a lot of the atmospheric problems that will either elongate a star or just do terrible things to each frame coming into the stack. But as I was saying, these fainter stars are where, under normal conditions, you could lose those stars in the read noise. So by going to max gain on this camera, I'm taking the best attributes of the camera and allowing it to build up all these faint stars. So I got 6 minutes, 47 frames, and you can see, did it dither? Did I turn on the, I thought I turned it on. Yeah. So I'm not guiding that well tonight. You can see there is a little bit of a breeze, and I'm pointing where the scope is pointing right now. The wind is coming right into the dew shield, so it's going to act like a sail. But you can see that my stars don't show what the guider is seeing. And that's mainly because the exposures are short. Now, if I was doing even 30-second exposures, that's going to trail. Speaking of which, what is my? It's done. Okay, so this one's done. So we'll let this go, and I'll bring over the Raza. So you can see that we were guiding pretty good, 0.33. That's not bad. I'm going to clear that. I am going to the sequencer, and I'm going to get rid of this guy. Yes. Now I'm going to go to here. And see if the veil. Okay, so I've selected the veil. I'm not sure I'm going to get it, but we're going to try it. I've selected the eastern veil. Is that the eastern? No, the western veil. And I'm going to jump back into Nina. I'm going to go to the framer, and because Nina can read Stellarium's server, I'm going to click on this button and it's going to bring in the data for the western veil. So now I can start to center her up the way I want. Something like this. And I'm going to slew and center. And let's hope it's out of the tree. Yep, it's out of the tree. And I like the framing. And you can see that I only do a partial alignment on my scopes because I plate solve everything, and I usually get centered up in 2 moves. So now it's found that it's centered. The other thing I can do is I can figure out what the camera rotation is. So I'll click this button and it will take a quick image and figure out the camera rotation. You can see that it's a little off from where I want it to be, but that's plenty good enough for me. So now I'm going to add this to a legacy. I want to center on target. I want to start guiding. I want to autofocus every 30 minutes. I want 180 frames, which is 90 minutes. And the reason I do that is I have so many frickin' satellites and airplanes that I can potentially lose up to 30 minutes of data because of all the satellites and airplanes. So we are ready to rock. We'll clear this. Oops. And I'm liking it. And it's going to start the guider. And you can see that the guider is now running. And there's the whole veil, just about. It's not the whole veil, but it's a good chunk of the veil, even though I have a huge, now this is not, as you can see, as it got a longer exposure coming in. This is not a vignette. This is the hotspot from the fast optics, and it trails off so much that it looks like vignette, and it is not vignette. So this is rocking and rolling. So I'll put this one back over here. And go back over here. And we now have 10 minutes, and you can see that a lot of the vertical banding is gone. A lot of the noise is gone. Which, when you consider that we're at max gain, and this, the DS24 is a great camera, but it's very noisy at max gain. But as you can see, that we were able to take care of all that noise. And we're starting to get almost like a stained glass effect here. Let me start tweaking the... Come on. So we got some yellow stars, we got some blue stars. I just love, I mean, even though we went to here, we have all this that is a part of this image. And we've got some funky gradients mainly because of the moon and the smoke. But this is easy to fix. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Jack. If I can, I might do solar tomorrow. I'll give you a text. So let me go to the stellarium shot of this. And this is what I'm starting to see, this mottled blue in here. Okay, I'll look you up if you are, and I can't. So we got about 13 minutes of data here. See you later, Dan. I'll call you tomorrow. Now, one of the things that my version of the Deep Sky Lucky imaging technique is I'm trying to get something to appear quickly. And like this area down here is just starting to come in, but it's going to take maybe a couple more 100 frames, which I don't stick around for. This is mainly to show for the broadcast. And I have found that, generally speaking, in 15 minutes, I can get enough data this way versus going longer exposures. Now, the longer exposures help the color of the target, but it destroys the stars. You can see that it's all out here, and it's just starting to come in. So if I went 30 minutes on this, that would be, let's just say 220 frames. All this area down in here would fill in wonderfully. And I want you to see that even though I'm stacking up these stars, they're not changing color. They're not getting blown out. And that's because of the low exposure, and this is a linear image, what we're looking at. So if I go back and I reset the stack, oops, is that reset? Auto balance, oh, that was my color, sorry. Hit the wrong one. So if I reset my stack, you will see that this is what a linear image looks like. Let me zoom out a little bit here. And generally you just see stars, and very few. So what you're doing is you're looking at your histogram and you're trying to get the biggest spread you can while keeping the one side as close as you can to the left. So what you want is the peak here, and then you want to spread it out. The best you can. My mouse is acting up today. I think I need a new battery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, we got 16 minutes of this. I'm going to save it. You see that it saved it as a 32-bit. And when I stop this stacker, it will save a 16-bit. So that's not bad at all. And that's what it looks like in its linear form. So where do we want to go? Any suggestions? Shrinking nebula, the blue flash nebula. Yeah, I love Nina. It is it's one of those tools. The Saturn Nebula. Let's see what that looks like. Huh. Wonder if we can see that. That is 7009. Let me stop the... I'm not hopeful, but I'm going to try it. NGC 7009. because my trees grew ungodly large this year because we've had so much water. And they're sucking that water up like there's no tomorrow. Whoops, what did I do? That's not it. Stop. Emergency stop. And GC 70. Yeah. Did we just lose shortcut? Well, that was weird. As I say, this is still beta software. Oops, and then I'm hitting the wrong button. So it's operator error. There we go. I'm hoping this isn't gonna do a flip here. I gotta go check. Yep, it's doing one. Ugh. It's going around the world. I think there for a while we had rain every day for 4 months straight. There she be. Kind of small. Let's do 4 seconds. Let's see what that looks like. So you could see no image, no stacking. I have to turn the guider on. There's the blue snowball there. It might be too hot. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, so what are we going to do about this? Ooh, this is gonna look nice. So here you can see all the hot pixel I got. I think this is gonna look pretty good, boys and girls. So this is what Stellarium shows. And you can see right there is the wing. This might come out pretty good. But you can tell that we're looking a lot lower, so I'm going to have to up my, let's make it 10.5. I don't want to go that high. Let's go 10. Lost. This is, we're in Mudville here. See, we're going up and down. This is 44 seconds of a stack. Gotta love it. You can see right here those wings are starting to come in. And because this is so low for me, what we're going to wind up doing is looking through a lot of the smoke, because this is the trees and it's below geo, and I'm in a hole. So if I'm looking low like this, I'm looking into more smoke. Even got stars popping in. So there's a nice orange one. Another orange one. Another orange one. This whole thing will be full of stars when this is done. It's nice that it's getting darker earlier. So let's go to auto, mag 8. Sure looks more brighter than 8. I'm wondering if I went too much. Starting to see some color in the center there. Now that the same thing applies to the target in this mode, but because it's a brighter target, what will wind up happening is that eventually this stuff should enforce itself because of the we're kind of looking through some gas, and then you can see that this is starting to turn a little bit red. Kind of cool. Cool target. Now, because this is a linear image, you can do stuff like this. So I think I'm a little overexposed, but I want to catch these little wings. So I can use the mid slider to help me control what's in the center here. That's 6 minutes. And I think we got some color coming in here. So let me go back to Stellarium. Oops. I mean, we'll never see that. But we're catching the, I think this is where I'm starting to see the color. There's the helix right there. So it's still in the trees. We'll have to keep an eye on that. That might be the one we do next. Where the heck is the... Oh no! I don't know if we're gonna... I think the smoke is raising hell with this one. Hey Steve, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna try the helix next. Yeah, this is starting to turn red right there. Catch you in the group. Yeah, it is turning red. So we'll let this go a little bit longer. And then we'll go see the helix, maybe. Helix is going to be very faint, though. There's Andromeda. Starburst. We could try that. Go to the bubble. think we'll just do 10 minutes on this, and then we'll go someplace else. Okay, we'll save this. We'll close this. That's what it looks like. I probably was a little too bright, but that's life. I'm going to try the helix because we're close to it. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it because it's too close to the trees. That's 7293. And we are not guiding. And that's mainly because of the smoke is raising hell with this particular guide camera. Okay, here we go. And it's doing a frickin' flip again? No. I have a feeling we're in the trees. Yeah. That, my friends, is what trees look like. Okay, so it will not be able to find. Yeah, it could not find it. So let's go to Stellarium. Little dumbbell nebula. Yeah, let's do, that is 650. NGC 650. That is not a galaxy. Huh. What else is it called? M76. Let's try that. Yeah, that's likes that better. So I'm going to stop the broadcast And thanks everybody for stopping by.